Greetings, dear fellow Earthlings. The title of my video today is it necessary and possible for humanity to come out of barbarism and build a reasonable society? Many people believe that it is impossible for mankind to build a reasonable society because there are a large number of barbarians on Earth who are not reasonable at all. Moreover, the United States, the world's only superpower, will not be willing to reason with all countries and all the people of the Earth. This viewpoint is very wrong when analyzed from the perspective of human nature. Seeking benefits and avoiding harmfulness and sustainable survival are universal human nature, and thousands of years of written human history have shown that unreasonable barbarism benefits no one, including the United States. The problem now is that if only the United States would be willing to be reasonable, humanity could build a reasonable global society. Therefore, this video suggests a comprehensive and in-depth debate competition on a global scale. Would a reasonable global society do more harm or more good to the United States? I have been thinking and studying these issues for a long time, and I have come to the conclusion that it is entirely possible for mankind to build a reasonable global society, and that as long as we realize that it is possible for mankind to build a reasonable society, we should do our utmost to try. And if we don't try, how do we know that mankind must not be able to build a reasonable society? If we don't try what is possible, we have made at least two mistakes. First, we take our views gained by the blind men touching the elephant as absolute truth. Second, since the major problems facing all countries in the world have entered an unsolved deadlock, it is foolish not to try what is possible. The following is an expansion of the idea that humanity may be able to build a reasonable society. The implication of building a reasonable global society is that human beings can use reasoning contests, e.g. scientific bragging contests, to find majority consensus on the solutions to social problems, global problems, national problems, or happiness problems, that once a winning solution has been found, is tested locally with trial and error and improved until the problem is solved or the harm of the problem is minimized to the lowest possible level. 2. There are at least 3 reasons why it is possible for humanity to build a reasonable society. First, an unreasonable society is a barbaric society. A barbaric society is one that responds to conflict with violence. In the long run, such a society benefits no one but hurts each other, and all factions will eventually become victims of tragedy and may even be artificially destroyed together. Secondly, no person and no country, including the United States, can conquer the globe by force. The only effective and intelligent way to find solutions to conflicts and public problems is through reasoned competition. Thirdly, no person and no country, including the United States, can live alone without human cooperation. Anyone who doesn't want to live alone must learn reasonable ways to solve all kinds of differences of opinion in the process of cooperation. 3. What should we do about the current situation where there are a large number of barbarians? Judging from the various acts of violence that regularly occur in human society nowadays, there are indeed many unreasonable barbarians in reality, and it is not an easy task to turn these people into reasonable people. From the 3 reasons stated above, I believe that most of the current barbarians can be turned into reasonable people. We can imagine a scenario like this. If the public transportation in a city does not have any traffic rules, not to mention traffic lights and traffic police, etc., please think about it. What will be the traffic situation in this city? It is not difficult to imagine that the traffic situation in this city must be chaotic, with traffic accidents occurring frequently. Moreover, after traffic accidents have occurred, the parties involved in the accidents blame each other, argue fiercely, and even fight or scuffle with each other. From the view of onlookers, these quarrelsome people, or those who fight, are barbarians. To turn these people into reasonable people is simply more difficult than climbing up to heaven. The fact is that once most people realizes that this kind of chaos is in no one's interest, everyone should work together to establish and abide by the rules of the road. Once this is done, there will be a radical improvement in the traffic chaos. it has been found that most of the time, the majority of people are willing to follow the rules of the road. Why did so many barbarians before suddenly become civilized all of a sudden? Because civilization can make life better for all of us. I consider myself to be from the penultimate tier of society. I am in my 70s. I have met different levels and kinds of people in my life, and now that I think about it, I don't think I have ever met a person who is barbaric in everything in my life. Why? Because no one and no country can conquer the world by force, and no one and no country, even if they have been barbaric before, can ever remain barbaric. 4. If a good number of people or a good number of countries believe that mankind should not create a reasonable society at all, and do not reason with anyone about this view, then mankind can at least conduct an experiment of this kind. Separate the people and countries who are willing to be reasonable from those who are not, live independently for a period of time, and then re-examine. Are the reasonable people and countries living better, or are the unreasonable people and countries living better? It may be more convincing to revert to the choice of a reasonable or unreasonable way of life after experiencing it firsthand. 5. Tools and methods of reasoning, the scientific bragging contest. See the second video. Great news for everyone. Get the magic tool, scientific bragging contest, for free. It's exciting and fun, and it's going to make our lives and the world better. 6. A reasonable society would become much better and lovelier than the present one. The pursuit of equality and justice is a universal need of human nature, and the ability to be reasonable in dealing with others or in the governance of a country is the most basic need of human beings in their pursuit of equality and justice. Today's human society has not yet reached a very lovely level because, on major issues, many countries and the international community are still not reasonable, and the barbarism of "I am right, you are wrong" is still prevalent. Numerous facts and rational analyses have shown that the time has come for mankind to basically end barbarism. Dear fellow Earthlings, what do you think? For those who wish to join us in creating a global competition for the Olympiad on humanity problems, please send an email to fangxinghigmail.com. The next video is it necessary and possible for humanity to create a global contractual rule of law authority? Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you.